Hey guys, today I'm doing a cleaning video mainly because my house really needed it, but we're also gonna do some cooking and organizing in this video, so be sure to stay tuned for all of that. This is before Everly's nap. She goes down pretty soon after this, you'll see, but she is kind of helping me clean up the living room. This living room gets so crazy all the time because we have tons of toys out here, which is great because the girls love it and we can hang out while they play and we can play with them in it. But this room gets so trashed so easily. So I'm starting by just cleaning up the toys. You may notice on my couch, we got a new couch cover. That couch we only got a few years ago and it was faux leather and it just got tattered so quickly, which totally is a bummer. So we got this couch cover to use for now. We'd love to buy a new couch, but with our kids 1 and 3, it just doesn't seem like the right time to do that. I had to pause for a quick dance break with Everly. But yeah, I got this cover on Amazon and I guess it works for now. I just kind of tuck it in, try to make it look decent. It is really nice to be able to just rip it off and throw it in the washing machine. That would be the one plus, I would say. And now I'm just straightening up and then I'll do a light dusting. I kept seeing people on TikTok using the Dawn Power Wash as basically a multi-surface cleaner. I think it was originally marketed just to be for dishes, but it works so well for getting sticky kid messes to just wipe right off. I totally recommend using it as a multi-surface cleaner. My kitchen counter was crazy this day. So many sippy cups, just all the things. So it felt good to get this cleared off and then give it a nice clean wipe. Our toddler tower also gets so dirty. Reese loves it and it's so fun to have her in here while I'm cooking and so she can help and everything, but it's always sticky. So that Dawn Power Wash definitely helped. I feel like my kitchen sink and my oven are two things that always are in need of a cleaning. I probably should clean them both every day. By now, Everly was napping, and so I decided to get dinner going in the crock pot. This day I was making a brisket, And the brisket I had was actually pre-seasoned, so it already had a rub on it. So I decided to just put some beef broth underneath it and some barbecue sauce on top. It ended up so good. I like a nice barbecue-y brisket. I ended up cooking it for about 8 hours on low. This is Reese's room, and I do make her clean it up with me quite a bit, but I decided to just get in there. She was at preschool, and I just kind of wanted a clean room for her so that I could clean the floors later, and I also wanted to do a little organizing in here. When Reese and I are cleaning up together, I like to play the song Clean Up the Room. It's just so fun. She dances while we clean. It's just like a fun little thing we do. I had been needing a better way to organize Reese's shoes. She had just gotten a few more shoes as a hand-me-down from her cousin. And so the girl had a lot of shoes. So I got this shoe organizer at Walmart that I'm going to put in her closet. First, I was just kind of taking some stuff out and organizing the closet just a little bit before I got to the shoes, just because a bunch of things had ended up on the top of the closet that didn't need to be up there. So I moved that around a little bit. Here's the organizer. It actually worked out super great and it holds so many shoes. For now, I just kind of put her summery shoes up top because we won't be using those for a little bit. And then I put her winter boots kind of in the middle, and then on the bottom, just like her day-to-day play shoes that she can like easily get to. Then I decided to clean my floors. I'm using my Bissell Crosswave. I really like this vacuum. It's a wet vacuum, so it also can mop. And it works just super well on hard floors. You can also use it on your rugs, which I do. And it does work well on the rugs. It definitely refreshes them and cleans them up. But you just kind of have to muscle it when you're using it on the rugs. But for the hard floors like the kitchen, it's just such an easy way to vacuum, slash sweep up while still mopping at the same time. It's definitely a big time saver. And Everly is walking now, but especially when she was crawling, I loved being able to just mop really quick because I hated the idea of her hands being dirty all the time. In Reese's room, I have a play mat instead of a rug, and I absolutely love that one. It's so easy to clean. You can see my wet vacuum just cleans it up so quickly. And then also, it's just so comfortable to be in here playing. We're always all on the floor, playing with blocks or playing with toys, and a thin rug would just not be comfortable. Really, the biggest thing I don't like about this vacuum is it's kind of annoying to clean because there's so much just random junk always in the tank. I usually dump it in the trash can and then I bring it over to my sink and give it a little scrub. The actual head of the vacuum does self-clean though. This day I decided to cook some Dutch oven bread. My sister-in-law had given me a recipe I wanted to try, and it turned out pretty good. I'm not someone that bakes that much, but I don't know, something about the cold weather made me, I guess, want to try baking some bread. I'm gluten-free, so it's kind of hard to find a good gluten-free bread recipe. This one was good. I think I might have overcooked it a tad, so next time I'll just take a little baking time off of the recipe. I'll link this recipe that I used in the description box if you would like to try it. Oh, and I'm putting apple cider vinegar in, and I thought that was an interesting ingredient, but it turned out pretty good. You can tell I don't bake much because this is the only mixer I have. People who bake a lot tend to go ahead and invest in one of those standing mixers, but I really don't bake enough to need it, and I don't really have the counter space. The bread needed to rise for at least 45 minutes, so I just kind of shaped it into the shape I wanted and then covered it with a bowl. I try to always do my dishes right away after every meal or after cooking anything. I hate having dishes in the sink. Ugh, it's something I can't stop thinking about if there's a bunch of dishes in the sink, so I try to always do them right away. While the bread was rising, I popped into Everly's room. Everly's room normally isn't that messy. We don't keep that many toys in here. We normally play in the living room or Reese's room. So I just kind of needed to straighten up some toys and straighten up her changing table a little bit. So then it was time to put the bread in the oven. I put a little flour on top, cut some dashes into the top of it so the steam could escape, and then got the Dutch oven out of the oven. It had already been heating up in there, and I put it in for 45 minutes and then took the lid off and cooked it for about 10 more. And like I mentioned, next time I'll probably cook it a little less. Now a little closer to dinner time, I decided to prep some sweet potatoes. I like to make my sweet potatoes with just olive oil and sea salt, bake them for about an hour. They turned out so good. Here's my meal. Those are just some steamed green beans with my briskets, bread, and sweet potatoes. All right, thank you guys for watching my video. Remember to subscribe.